Diddy is in the crosshairs of the feds, and they mean business.
You would have thought they were taking down a violent gang leader, not somebody who makes music and has charmed America for decades.
Diddy is under criminal investigation after multiple lawsuits accused him of horrific crimes.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs accused of sex trafficking and sexual assault.
Now, people who lived in Diddy's world are talking to TMZ, and what they say is revealing and disturbing.
I knew all of that was going on. I've known the whole time.
I've seen Puff have anger spazzes on producers, females.
I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever I want, I have to get.
Diddy's alleged bad behavior went unchecked for years.
There have always been whispers and rumblings about Diddy.
His famous friends are heading for the hills.
They have 250 cameras they took out his house. A lot of people might be running from that tape.
I don't think it's only celebrities going to be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there. He also had a couple of preachers in there.
People may fear that somehow he makes it out of this.
What did they fear?
A flat tire, being murdered, I don't know.
But Suge Knight, Diddy's archenemy, shockingly is sad over Diddy's undoing.
I'm not the type of guy to cheer for people's downfall. And if somebody gets killed or something happens to them, I'm not going to pop a champagne bottle.
I done seen this dude shake back from some stuff, right? So I'm not going to count him out.
TMZ presents The Downfall of Diddy.
I had just gotten out of the shower and walked inside of the studio, and it was such a nice day. I'm like, let me go sit outside on the bench for a little while. Heard a big boom, and then I heard like like the sounds of like armored vehicles approaching.
Simultaneous raids on March 25th, 2024. A massive show of force. Dozens of Homeland Security officers rolled up in armored vehicles at Sean Diddy Combs' mansions in Miami and LA. Diddy's close friend and producer, Stevie J, was at the Miami property when things got real.
Guys jumped out, you know what I'm saying? Guns up and aimed. Get up, get on the fucking ground. Drop your fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm here by myself. You know, I didn't ask too many questions. I've seen quite a lot of things, but none with the excessive force of this right here.
You would have thought they were taking down a violent gang leader, not somebody who makes music and appears in movies and has charmed America for decades.
Breaking news, the Department of Homeland Security has just confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs.
You can see a crowbar to get through this gate initially as well, the long guns, and a multitude of people. As you'll see, they'll zoom out a little bit just to see the amount of force they are using.
You know him as Diddy, formerly Puff Daddy, big-time rapper, big-time producer, big-time superstar, and now the feds at his houses in both locations.
Federal officers spent hours removing firearms, computers, boxes, and bags of items. Both properties left in shambles.
They didn't do this to Harvey Weinstein, right? They didn't do this like this to Epstein, right?
Diddy's lawyer called the raids a gross overuse of military-level force and a witch hunt. He said Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name.
I don't know what they're looking for or where they're trying to reach.
In LA, 2 of Diddy's sons, Justin and King, were briefly detained, then released.
A week later, Justin's mom, Misa Hilton, posted this shocking video on social media. Security footage from inside the house. Officers with guns drawn and pointed toward Justin and his brother King. Misa called it overzealous and deplorable.
It's hard for me to imagine that had this been many other celebrities, particularly white celebrities, that their children would have been in handcuffs and they would have been forced to stare down the barrel of guns and seen armored tanks. It just seemed like a lot for a raid of a music producer.
You have to remember that Diddy has been in trouble on some weapons violations in the past. He has security. These are vast compounds with multiple people at them. And so using this type of force was not inappropriate in any way, shape, or form.
A federal judge had determined there was evidence, significant evidence. Diddy was involved in sex trafficking, sexual assault, and soliciting and distributing illegal narcotics and firearms. And that's why the search warrants were signed.
This is a massive investigation. The idea that the feds have taken up this investigation in the first place indicates that it's remarkably serious.
Aubrey O'Day, a member of Danity Kane and star of Making the Band, has been the lone voice for years, saying Diddy is a bad guy. She has not spoken publicly since the new allegations surfaced, until now.
If these allegations are true, why did it take so long for others to speak out? Because you really were a lone voice.
Real lone voice. I was literally text messaging producers, employers, from top to bottom levels. Like, y'all know what the fuck you saw. People were scared. If you know enough, you likely would be reasonable in being scared.
What did they fear?
Anything you possibly could, Harvey. A flat tire, being murdered, I don't know. There's a lot of things people fear.
People don't like to go after a powerful person unless they're sure they will be victorious. Because if you go after a powerful person and it doesn't work out, as Omar from The Wire said, you come for the king, you best not miss. And people don't want to miss, because if you miss, that means you're shut out of the music industry, you might be shut out of Hollywood, you might lose opportunities, and based on some of these rumors, your car might blow up in your driveway.
Together, guys? In order to get the warrants, the feds got one of Diddy's ex-girlfriends, Cassie Ventura, to describe how Diddy was involved in various criminal misdeeds. Others who recently filed lawsuits against Diddy did the same.
When we see, though, the Southern District of New York get involved in the way that they have, with obviously having a search warrant, which means probable cause, multi-agencies involved, it tells me that there's something that we perhaps do not know yet, whether that's cooperating witnesses or whether that's allegations that are beyond what's currently in the public domain, something that has given them the indication to launch this investigation at this broad of a scale.
Based on the lawsuits and the federal search warrants that a judge signed, alleging human trafficking, firearms violations, sexual assault, all these other things, does any of that surprise you?
No, I knew all of that was going on. I've known the whole time. I know what's gone on. A whole lot of people do, Harvey.
It's a stunning downfall. At 54, Diddy had it all. Wealth, fame, power.
The key to the city!
But Cassie's lawsuit led to a cavalcade of other lawsuits and allegations that have rebranded the mogul as an alleged sex-crazed predator who would stop at nothing to get what he wanted.
Diddy wasn't home when the raids went down. He was at a small Miami airport where he was set to leave for a vacation. He was questioned briefly by authorities and released. TMZ captured these images of Diddy pacing nervously after the encounter.
I guess you wonder what's going to happen next, Diddy.